Okay, it's a very great pleasure to be here one more time. You know, the first time that I came to US, I was 20 years old, something near 50 years. When I came here working for a Brazilian company to work in Quindon Electronics in New Jersey, and I have worked for Magnavox, the first tele-facsimile that was more or less the size of a refrigerator, you know. And then I was at Aerocom, so from there to here I have many times. I became a ham very early, probably with 16 years old. And for QRP I have nearly 50 years. And my best way to make radio is, for myself of course, is outdoors. So we have beautiful sceneries in Rio de Janeiro, and the association of beautiful sceneries with QRP radio is really fantastic. And as an experimenter in electronics, I was searching for all my life to find out a way to make the simple and efficient and light equipment to take with me to my experience. And after 12 years of experiences with and studies with magnetic loop antennas, I have designed the first magnetic loop antenna that we know. So I am the creator of the portable loop antenna. I have even a patent for this creation registered on Brazilian, the intellectual property department. So let's start here to show. Here's a photo, a beautiful photo. In Rio de Janeiro, with my very first loop made with wood. The bone is made with wood. The capacitor is on the top, and I have in the lower part the excited loop. And this place is fantastic. So I have hundreds of QSOs on this site over there. So the magnetic loop exists for a long time. Here are trials for portable loops that really work very good. It's used in England. There is a photo on Barton walls. And I tell here what the thing began. I have started loop experience something like 70 years ago, 18 years ago. Here is DNA proof that I am the very first one to play in this area. Here's my notebook. On this time, there is no formulas, there are no sites on the web that talks about magnetic loop antenna. So I need to go to libraries to find out any information. And the conclusion that I have is make a loop, take something like 1/4 inch, measure, then take a little bit and a little bit. Oh, it's very short now. Let me start everything again. So here are all my experience and all the history of this. To make the portable magnetic loop, I have needed to break 5 unbeatable laws, physical laws. The technical law needs that you have the capacitor on the top and the loop at the bottom. I have observed because I was trying to find out a way to make it more balanced. So I need to bring the capacitor to the bottom to be more easy to carry, to avoid the excess of the weight on the top of the loop. Then all the laws told you that the loop needs to have a solid conductor. I break this law and use a coaxial table after a trip to the south part of Brazil, and I could keep in touch with only 5 watts with all my country. That's a big country. So this was the way that I thought that, okay, the coaxial loop really works. There is another problem was the connection, because the laws, the physical laws of the magnetic loop does not allow that you have connectors. You need to have the tube soldered, welded to the loop. And I break this law using PL25 connectors. But the way that I find out to reduce the losses was to have gold-plated connectors, and I have done this. And my last idea that I have now, and I call it AlexLoop Premier, is that I take out the Teflon and I ask a company in Brazil to make it a solid block. I don't know if you can see these, there is no Teflon inside. If anybody wants to see that, I can show it to you. I have no Teflon, I have a block, a metal block that is gold plated. The idea is to reduce even more the internal losses of the loop. That is the great goal that need to know the loop constructions. So this is the thing that I have already explained to you. And here is the pattern that I have for the portable magnetic loop antenna. Here's the first ones. This is Fat Boy to the right. And this is the very first magnetic loop that I have is this one here. I made with a piece of PVC board, a 330 capacitor, a variable capacitor, and I had the experience of this, and I took it to a shopping mall while my wife was making some shopping and could talk to Texas from Rio de Janeiro as good as I'm talking to you. So I became impressed with this. It's okay, this thing works really. This is another try. I have two tubes, metal tubes. They are in two pieces that goes up and down to change the frequency. This one is another try, that I have two sliding pieces of PC board making a capacitor. So, this is the sliding part that you can see this. I hold here on this handle here. Here is the position of my thumb, and when I go the thumb up and down, this plate goes over the other one, and I cover this frequency that I marked here. It was moved by my thumb, and it's very light. This antenna only 425 grams, only this, and more. Here's another try. It's a remote control. This is this is the upper part of the sliding PC board. This is cylinder. This part goes on my belt, and I could hear the graduated scale, and I could find out the frequency, and the antenna goes at my back. You know, I hold in my back with a support. Done. Even here is the coke loop. What is the coke loop? The coke loop is the same concept. I have the two cokes on the top making a trombone capacitor. And it really works great. So, is another close here? And here, we have all the things working. Let me take the microphone here. It's not a high-tech solution, but is my guru? Here.
I'm sorry.
You know, to start here the video. I don't know.
I don't know, I'm sorry.
Let me try it.
No, I have to check there. I don't know if it happened.
I think there are at least 50 people here that knows more than me work on a computer. We have a volunteer here. Look, it's written here. I want to go to the slide. It's here.
Yeah. And which one?
You go through? Okay, I think it's going out. You are really good, man. Only your presence was enough, you know.
Oh, I see your slide.
Deixa eu mostrar para vocês aqui esse engenho aqui que eu preparei. É a loop convencional, como vocês sabem, só que o loop está embaixo. Nessa posição aqui eu coloquei uma seringa de injeção. Ela está conectada mecanicamente a 2 latas de Coca-Cola Light e ela escorrega por dentro da outra. E eu estou fazendo a sintonia com isso, por isso que eu estou impressionado como é que essa tela chegou. Se vocês podem ver agora, que aqui a frequência sobe e aqui a frequência desce. Vou tentar pegar minha mão aqui mexendo na seringa, para vocês terem uma noção. Olha aqui, a seringa abaixa, pressiona e ela volta. E aí eu estou conseguindo, através do capacitor, tá vendo aqui? Olha só, de novo. Tá bom, gente? Eu vou te ligar agora, a seringa na minha mão controla a frequência de ressonância. Deixa eu abaixar aqui. Então agora dá para ver mais um pouquinho. Aqui e aqui. Eu tenho mais um.
So this is the code loop. And it works. I have on the web, I have a contact with a guy in Uruguay with this antenna using Coke cans. Sorry, sir?
He uses Coke cans because you don't drink beer.
No. I use Coke for a very simple reason. Because Coke paid me $6,000 for each presentation. You know? So this is another one. Is another one that I use a capacitor that inside of this little box, there is a parasitic capacitor that lowers the resonant frequency of the loop. I have started this experience and it works really, really simple and great. This is another one. I love this one because I have a child dream that use a radio with my hand, holding a radio that I can make intercontinental contacts, from one continent to other one, using this simple system. With only this in my hand, I could talk to. I have a QSO here to Argentina. Now I think I'm that better in uses.
Hola, Delta Japón Bravo, helicóptero Delta Japón Bravo, escucha PY1 Alfa Hotel Delta. PY1 Alfa. Sí, es PY1 América Holanda Dinamarca Papa conectado.
this contract was made something at 1,500, something 1,000 miles on an American way to understand it. Imagine 1,000 miles away from me. So I'm talking to this guy in Argentina, loud and clear. You know, it's reasonable for equipment that is self-contained on a hand here, on the hand. Here I have used the same technology using PC board. The loop is made in PC board. The advantage of this is the wideness of the PC board gives a little bit more gain on the antenna. Here's the table antenna. This antenna was made on using a standard PVC table, and I have the loop mounted here. The great advantage is that you can use it completely disguised. It's completely stealth antenna that you go to swimming pool. The only problem is that it can make your bead be more hot, you know, with the radio frequency. But this is some details for the table antenna. This other one. This is antenna that I use this for exhaustion, for taking air from one place or the other. I don't name of this. You know this pipe. You know, here's another loop that I have. We use it to control by connector. This is another idea. You probably remember that the first portable hi-fi equipment used motorized potentiometer. I was used the same thing. The motor I used to on the shaft of the capacitor, and I have a reference from the potentiometer that is turning with the idle to send this information for this million perimeter that the modifier scale, so it gives me an idea about the frequency that I'm working. It's another one. It's under control. This controller is totally mounted on a PVC tube, on 1-inch PVC tube. I mount a remote control here, and I can control the motor, the capacitor, turning this button. But I turn on one way, the capacitor turns on one way, and the other way, reverse. Is the system here. Let me show something. This thing I have used. This here is a hand flashlight that works with dynamo flashlight. And I use it for the rechargeable batteries. I have 2 rechargeable nickel batteries inside, and I use this to recharge the batteries in an emergency by pressing this part here. This is a system that I mounted inside a standard mouse, a 3-button mouse. I can have the left and right. I have the position. I can control the position of the motor inside the antenna. I use the case of this antenna. I have used it from the systems, this light used for security purposes. This is a weather resistant light, security light lamp that I use it to accommodate the system. Here's how it works. When you press the left and right, you have left and center. You have fast down, right and center, fast up, left, slow down. So this could make a very precise adjustment for the capacitor by a distance. This is another control. This is one that I have presented here some years ago. This is a system that's a wireless via Bluetooth that I can adjust the frequency of the antenna. remotely. And I am working on this equipment for at least 8 years. And I could not find exactly the point that I'm searching, that I'm looking for. Basically, it's very simple to imagine that nothing more simple than use a motor connected mechanically to a capacitor. Then you can change. But the problem is that for something like a tenth of a degree, you go 400, 500 kilohertz away. So it's very difficult to find out exactly the sweet point to operate. This is the new software. I have these buttons here, and I can press this button, and I go exactly to the middle of the band that I need. This is the thing that can put me on the way to finally find out a way to make a remote tuning system. This is the AlexLoop. The AlexLoop have a coaxial cable mounted here inside, and I brought it to show. It's a simple mat, okay? And you have here the tuning. You have here the excited loop. On the lower part is triangle. Here is for the B and C connector. I don't think everybody, but anyway, if you don't see clearly, I have here my boot on the AlexLoop here. So everybody can check there and touch it, and it works. The great advantage that it's full, they can roll it, you know, and even go to the beach. This way here, nobody knows that you have him. Here is the Hall of Fame of the HFPAC group. If you see here, I have the world record using this magnetic loop on a contact. I was in Rio de Janeiro on a boat club, and G0SBW was in England, on a beach in England. So it was registered by Bonnie Crystal, who is one of the most important persons in the HFPAC and portable communication. Is on a Hall of Fame. This is the card that have confirmed our contact. This is the guy that I have talked to. This is the first version of the magnetic loop, the portable, the commercial one. I take these two parts. I have squeezed all the tube loop made of copper, and I squeeze it, put on a box, and send me. There are many people that are still using them. They are still using very good results. This is the antenna that had triggered my idea to make a portable loop. Steve Silverman, KB3SI, have the copper tube loop, this one that had the squeezed on a box, and was needed to go to Galapagos Island in Chile for a time, and is passionate by portable communication. So he asked me what a way to carry on the plane the antenna, because the antenna made in copper was impossible to make it portable. So I have made this try, and he became so impressed, and I tested the antenna before giving to him to take to Galapagos Islands, that I have continuing. This photo here was shot by a very important hand called Yogi Kato, who is here in the audience. He took the photo that I used all leaflets and everything. One day that he came from Japan to know me in person, I am very honored to be his friend, you know. Yeah, so take time to Ham Venture 2009. It was the very first time that I tried to explain to people what the hell was this thing over there. Let me show. knows the magnetic loop on this type? No. No, I was the only one who knows about my portable magnetic loop until 2009. Nobody knows nothing about this. So if you see many sites and people talking, you know, the effort that I have to handle this time to explain what the hell is it. There's a guy, there is a ham that stayed crossed has his arms this way here. I said, what do you want? No, I'm just waiting for, with the time that you put fire in this, and the dog will come through it, you know? Okay, great. Here's the first time that I have show there at W4RT booth. Here is the people from W4RT. And here are all the magazines that have published articles about my work on magnetic loop antennas. So this was very helpful, but because I could spread the knowledge of this technology on all parts of the world very quickly. Here a view of each of the magazines. Here's the CQ magazine in October 2006. CQ magazine. You have the radio amateur. This one is from Spain. This one Japan, August 2008. This is German either. Poland. QST, US, a very well-known magazine, a fantastic article written by Phil Salas. This is Japan, from 2014, by the MLA group. Is a very serious group of fantastic people in Japan that makes incredible experience of loop antenna. I have the honor to be there in 2015 for a dinner with my wife for the Tokyo Ham Show, where the AlexLoop was presented at the IAESO booth. You know, it was one of more fantastic experience because I was there in Japan with, you know, the well-known technology leader in the world, showing this kind of product made by a South American ham. You know, it was very good. Here is Switzerland. Here's Ireland. Japan one more time. Here's Slovenia. Japan 2015. When I have these stations, this one is a very interesting experience because I have a contest station all mounted on a tripod, on a bundle tripod. I have some details of the system ahead. I have a tablet here. I have two watches showing local time, UTC time, KX3, a wireless Bluetooth keypad, the mic, a little drawer that I carry after bite, you know, after bite, you know, and mosquito repeller and and here's the things of this. This is the afterbite here, a Swiss knife, flashlight, notebook, the clocks. And here, I have a little camera. Because, you know, when you work QRP, it's very hard. Sometimes you spend a lot of energy to prove the guy that you really talk to her using only 5 watts. So it's needed to have something to register the fact. So I added this camera here, and I have a video that was made with this camera. This video was made with this camera. So this video was made with this little camera over there that was very interesting to register the talk, you know. There is the video recorder camera is over there. Now I have a gallery of photos from hands that send me photos from all over the world. I have some photos here, more here. This guy here, Mike Elbridge, have something like 2,000 QRP DXs using the AlexLoop and a FTH-117. This guy is from Soda, Texas Soda. This is very interesting history. My daughter was in Barcelona with his husband, walking around. Then she saw a group of amateur radios making some, some radio on a square. That is having an event. And because his husband, I think this antenna is made by my father. She went there and really was, it was a very great surprise. Because, when the first time that I told my child, my wife, my daughter, my son, that I was developing antenna that I could very squeeze on a box. And they see to me, it's my father, oh man. They could never imagine that we could go so long with this. Here's the Japan. This is the aircraft representative in Japan. Here's Dayton. Here is at the Tokyo Hub Show. This is a guy. He's a doctor specializing in surgeries, cardio surgeries that makes volunteer work helping people in disasters in Japan. It's a small part. I have probably 600 or 800 photos at the total. The AlexLoop handle, this is my factory, This is my factory. High technology. Here's the place that I like most to make my AlexLoop. I have, it's unbelievable, I have something like 5,000 AlexLoop solds. And all of them was handmade one by one for me, from the first screw to the final test. Here's my living room before the AlexLoop. And here's my living room after the AlexLoop. My wife adores it,
Big improvement.
He's antenna at my office, where the place that I work making the antennas. I normally have it like this here. And one of the very important thing, one of my goals was trying to make the lightest portable antenna that I could make. So this one have only 35 ounces. Here I show a very simple way to make a picnic table support. A piece of 4 inches of tube, a clamp, a metal clamp. Everything goes this way here. So anyone can make it. By the way, if you go to my website, it's alexloop.com. For those who don't want to make experience, make their own loops, they have a lot of information that you can, if you're coming back home, you can take something that having a scratch on the on the boxes that you have that don't use it, probably you have a portable magnetic loop in less than 2 hours. It's only, so if you have a capacitor, have a piece of wire, you will have an antenna in no more than 2 hours. So it's good to go to my web page because I teach how to do it, you know. Returning here, here's a box that you can have your radio, the AlexLoop, and a tripod. So you can carry all the station all inside the bag. The great advantage is the enormous pleasure that you have and the freedom that you have to make radio anytime, any place, anywhere. It's a really different thing to explain. Here's the VPTOW tripod. Here's the weight in kilograms, 999 grams. The AlexLoop is the only antenna that you can hold and tune. So you can hold it in your hand and tune it with your thumb. It gives you a new dimension on operation of hand on the walk and talk, spirit and HF. This is one of my favorite ways to make radio. You can walk and talk at the same time, talking HF the same way that makes VHF, UHF radio. This was one of the very first videos when Tom, November 2 Yankee Tango Foxtrot, have already bought and sent me this video because in Dayton he was returning home and make this video. So this is fantastic. You have the ability to talk, holding your hand in your hand, holding the antenna in your hand. It's a very difficult thing. Here is the Japan. Here's the Iaesu boat. Here's Mr. Noboru Suji from JCOM, a company in Japan that sells this antenna. This is the guy who, from AOR. Here's, as I told you, how simple it is to make your own your own loop. Only you have a piece of cable here. The coaxial goes on a small loop with the capacitor on top. That's the best position for the efficiency, and nothing more than this. This is from an article that I have published on QST magazine. QST, no, CQ magazine. This is the new product because all the products that I have developed till the present moment was developed for my personal needs. The AlexLoop, which is, I am so lazy that I want something that was very simple. I don't know, 4 wires and something like this, make my radio experience very, very simple way to do. So this one is, as soon as I could observe that I was losing my listening capabilities, and I have 2 radios, the KX2, KX3, and I'm feeling that these radios are fantastic, but the audio is not as good as I was expecting, or my listening capability was not so good as it was something 20 years ago. So I have decided to make the Alex mic. I have made a prototype on a big police radio this radio microphone, PTT. I put a microphone inside, I put an amplifier, 1 watt amplifier, a rechargeable battery, and the charger. I became very impressed with the results, and all my friends, the hams, they like it too much. So I have developed then the Alex mic. The Alex mic is this microphone here for the AlexLoop, for the AlexLoop KX2, KX3, and really makes a huge difference on the audio. I will try to make a very simple demonstration here. I will plug here on my iPhone. So, as you can see, it can make a huge difference on the audio. It is a very good improvement on the audio. And the last thing that I have made is the Alex Tone. The Alex Tone is a very simple thing. The Alex Tone makes tuning very easy, as you can see there. And and I can adjust here by the light. Everybody can see it? And one interesting thing about this is it's clamped. Only 12 grams, that only clamp on PY1AHD that no more than this is ready to use, and that can be used on any portable magnetic loop that use PY1AHD connectors. There is no, all of them. If you have another brand, you can use it. Here is a small video that I have made to show how it works.
Hello from Rio de Janeiro. Here is Alex, Papa Yankee 1 Alpha Hotel Delta. I would like to show the Alex Tone. The Alex Tone is the new product of the AlexLoop family. The first one is the AlexLoop, the second one the Alex mic, and now we have the Alex Tone. That is this very small device here, only 12 grams. Your loop is triple light, the AlexLoop less than 1 kilogram, so this one is 12 grams. The only thing you do is to clamp this here on the coax like this here, on the coax connector like this. We clamp here, and then we can use the visual help for a perfect tuning. That we press here, and we have port 1, port 3. Okay, here you go. And we have the light to maximum over there. Let me get to a little bit.
So, that's it. Here, I wanted to give my personal thanks to my wife, Miriam, for supporting my methods for the last 49 years, you know. And now the part of the answer the questions. If you have any answer that I can help you and understand a little bit more from the magnetic loop antenna, I'm ready to help you anymore. Any question? Okay, let's go.
My question is maybe completely unrelated. In your notebook from 2002, I thought I saw you write C major, C minor. What was that about?
Teenager?
C major, C minor, in your notebook.
My note.
Maybe I'll ask you later.
Ah, okay. What's his name? On my notebook.
Yeah.
Oh, what do I have right?
You wrote C major
C major.
and C minor.
I must check then. To the slide, I will try to understand here from the beginning.
He's all finished.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, great. You are the next one here.
No, I just want to tell you, people being faithful.
Thank you very much.
Chijuka. Chijuka? Yes, Chijuka. Yeah, so.
Alex, thanks for making
Thank you
great
very
progress.
much. Thank you very much, sir.
Rice? How much is it cost?
What you want?
I mean, the loop.
The loop is 464. 450, I think HRO is selling the loop.
No, I can. Don't you have it? I have to go to HRO or I can get it from you?
No, so you need to go to HRO. Who is the only person that sells it, you know.
Okay, HRO and the
The AlexLoop I have here for prom delivery, I have here, they cost $40.
Okay, so
I have here.
can you? Oh, you have it there.
I have
so
here, I
okay,
have
I see you. I see you. Now.
Yeah.
We're running behind.
Okay. Oh, you're next one?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Take it in.
I'm new to this.
I am so glad that you gave this presentation.
Oh, yeah, thank
Because
you.
I have questions.
Just a second. Yeah, thank you.
Is a way of dealing and viewing complex numbers. It helps you to understand.
I don't understand it. This is the driven element. It's fixed, but you're adjusting your SWR by
Well, I don't quite understand it either. I've been looking into loop ducts, but basically it's like a small motor and it drives the very narrow frequency, very narrow. So as far as I can tell, it runs from 40 to 10 meters, basically.
Oh, I have to tell about my car. Not my car. That's an
Questions I
old.
gotta ask.
But you're adjusting the parasitic, not the driven element.
No, you're driving. All the adjustments are here. The question is how is it being adjusted? So I think this Alex tune is doing the adjustment. I'd have to ask the question. Are you the wife?
When you print something out,
Ma'am, are you the wife?
print it in chart paper.
No, take over.